So good evening, everybody. So when other people are joining, somehow I think because of the power problem, I think the internet, I think many people have not joined. I think they'll start, they'll join, keep joining. So in the meantime, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the fifth day of this workshop. Today it will be entirely a different kind of thing, away from what we have been talking so far. But I feel that this is very, very important because we do a lot of good things, but hardly anybody knows what we are doing. So how to uh, get to more people, how to get access to more people, or how to be known to more people. I think marketing, digital marketing is now taking up the whole market, the whole business. So I think this is very important, we thought. Even I am doing a lot of work. You must be doing a lot of work. One of us is doing a lot of work, putting a lot of energy into doing good things, but hardly anyone knows. And we try to do some social media marketing, but still. So today, we will get some good tips from Poojesh ji. I think I'll not be talking more about Poojesh ji because he has some slides to tell more about himself. And one thing is that after we finish the session at 7:30 India time, 7:45 Nepal time, we will not stop you from leaving because we got some request that we'll be, when we are continuing, I mean, it feels quite awkward to leave. But you can leave if you have urgent work. There's no problem. So, but if you have time, you can keep, hanging on this, and we will be there for a few more minutes. Yesterday we were there until more, I think half an hour or half an hour more. So like that, we can go, no problem. So with this, now we have got about 24, 25 people. So it's fine. So more people will be joining. So I'd like to now request Poojesh ji to take over the screen.
Thank you, Prashant. So again, a very good evening to all of you. It's very great and given me the opportunity for me to talk about marketing and here with all of you. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Parshuram sir and Purnima ma'am, for this. So let's not waste more time. Let's quickly get into this workshop. Okay. So today's workshop is going to be about social media and personal branding. Okay. So here are a few lines about my education and what we have done in the past. So I studied my master's in marketing in Dublin. I've done my diploma in social media marketing from University of Bedfordshire, London. I'm a Google certified trainer, and also I did my advanced digital marketing course from IIM Bangalore. So apart from that, there are other few diplomas and additional courses which I've done. One such important, very keen, topic is entrepreneurship essentials from Harvard University, US. So, and apart from that, I do have certain overseas diplomas, as you can see on the screen as well. So these are a few, interesting things which I've done over the past few years. Um, this is just a screenshot I thought I would want to share with you with all of you, which was taken. So this is from the Harvard University and one from the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. So that was about myself. And this is Digital Tenali. So we are a social media boutique. So we are a digital marketing agency. We are based out in Bangalore, and we do have our overseas branches in Africa, Australia, and soon coming up in Canada as well. So we are also a Google partnered company, which means that all the staff in our company have passed the Google exam, and that gives you the badge, which you can see as Google partner. So we are proud that all our team members are, digitally certified and well equipped in all their solutions and all of those. So we are a 3.5-year-old company. We started in the year 2018, and we have completed 3.5 years now. So these are few clientels whom we work with. I don't know if these clients are familiar. Few names are pan India, like Taj, Lee Meridian, Lalita Ashok might be familiar with you guys, or there in Sheraton as well. So these are all into hotels. Basically, these are all five-star hotels. So we deal with the hospitality clients also. And apart from that, we have varied mix of clients of different verticals, such as schools, hotels, restaurants, jewelry, tattoo artists, and drones, and lots more. So this is just a screenshot of all our clients whom we work with, pan India and also overseas as well. So this is one more important milestone in my life. On the left, what you can see is the best startup award, which we received in the year 2018 in Hyderabad. And on the right, what you see is from the Times Food and Nightlife Awards, which one of our client did win. And we were closely associated in the digital strategies in order to make them win this particular award. So, this was something which interesting, and I wanted to share it with you before we kickstart. So yes, as the saying goes, team that works together stays together. Here is a picture of my teammates. They're all young and dynamic. And I, being 27 years of age, I am the oldest in my company. So the rest of them are all on the age category of 22 to 25 and 27. So this is my team. We're a team of 16 people. So we have in-house designers, marketers, strategists, web developers, and all of those. So here's a screenshot. A picture of all of them. So this was about my team, my company, and my education and other experiences and all of those. So getting to the work. So this is the today's agenda. So we have some interesting, session going on. Like we'll have some logo quiz, importance of social media. We will also learn about the 7 key personal branding tips, which can be used across any industry. You don't have to be a teacher. You don't. It could be applied to anyone. So this is personal branding for anyone. So, and we'll also be talking about colors and significance. What are the colors, different colors, and the significance? We will also be sharing LinkedIn hacks as to how we can optimize your profile, how well can you reach out to people, and certain tweaks which you can do on the existing LinkedIn profile. So we will also be talking about Canva designing tool, certain don'ts which you don't have to do on Facebook. And we'll also touch base on social media marketing, how social media marketing can influence a business, a school. I will be more inclined towards talking about how school can use digital marketing or social media marketing. And coming to a few case studies as to how the ROI can be, seen, what amount of budget if you put, what is the outcome, what you get out of it is also something which I want to cover, so that you get a understanding as to how beneficial or why that there is such a demand for this digital marketing. So the last point or the topic would be viral marketing. So viral marketing is something which happens overnight. So it could be anything. So I will talk about all of these things. So before we proceed, I would want all of you to kindly participate in all the questions which I tend to ask you. So it might be very simple, like logo quiz are very simple, but please feel free to comment. Please don't hesitate to be, to be wrong. It's okay to commit mistake, I'm sure. So with that saying, kindly be, active in the engagement. You can drop comments whenever I keep saying, please keep dropping comments. That will encourage me and keep the same motivation and the adrenaline gushing. So with that said, coming to the first part of the session, so which is the logo quiz. So the first part, you have 2 logos of Coca-Cola over here, A and B. I want you to kindly let me know which one is the correct.
Upper one.
So if it's A or B, so just comment A or B. So I see a lot of people commenting. Thank you so much that all of you are commenting and being engaging with this. So this is the energy what I was looking for. So it's great. So yes, so whoever answered Option A, that is correct. That is the right logo. So yes. Coming to the second one, it's a logo of Mercedes Benz. So which do you think is the correct one? Okay, okay. The comment box is flooding with answers. Great, great energy, all of you. Yes. So the correct answer over here is definitely B because the A is inverted. So that is not the right answer. So B is the right answer. Right. So we come to the last one, the last logo quiz. So it's a familiar brand, I'm sure, of Puma, of lifestyle and apparels. So which is the right answer? This might be a little tricky one. So the correct answer is A. So that is the right answer. So whoever uh, put in the selected option A, that is the right answer. So thank you, all of you. That was very sportive and very spontaneous. This is something I was looking forward for your activity in this workshop. So yes, so let's move forward. So we come to this the basic question about digital marketing. All right. So what exactly is digital marketing? So this is something which I have coined myself. This is not taken out from Google or from any textbook. So basically, digital marketing is a process of selling your product or any given service across the world using digital platform is called as digital marketing. So with the use of digital marketing, you can sell any given product or service across the world using digital platforms. So when I say digital platforms, so these are the various digital platforms which we are all aware of, which we all use on a daily basis, and we are so used to each of these applications and all of those, right? I'm sure more all of you are familiar with the logos which are present, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, all of those. So these are the platforms. So using these platforms to sell your product or service across the globe is called as digital marketing in a basic understanding. Okay. So here is certain fun facts or interesting facts about the scope if you are not aware of the scope of digital marketing in India. So it is said that digital marketing industry is going to account about $225 billion. So that is the scope of digital marketing industry in India, not in the world, in India. And coming to the job opportunities, you have around 20 lakh job openings in India itself. So now it has gone even more higher after the pandemic and all of that. People have realized the importance of digital marketing or your presence on social media and all of that, and people have uh, have come forward in keeping the brand alive. And so that has taken a very big boom in this particular industry, and it is increased the revenue and the industry size and the opportunities what it has and all of those. So why is digital marketing, one more point as to why is it having so much of demand, is because they say an average, the report says that an average individual checks his phone every 9.6 minutes. It's an average number. So every time when we open our phone to either just to clear the notification, or we just might have gone to Instagram or LinkedIn or WhatsApp or whatsoever, we are entitled to receive some ad or the other anywhere, somewhere or the other. We will see to it that we will get an ad, and then we will again start browsing it and all of that. So this means that this determines the scope that every 10 minutes a person is visiting his mobile to reach out to something. So there is a chance for a service provider or a product provider to sell his product. So that is the scope as to why digital marketing is booming in India. So these were certain scope of digital marketing in India. So yes, so we have an engagement questions again coming up. So on the left hand side, you see a graph. So I want you to give a random guess as to what is the number of mobile users in India. What do you think is the number? Please feel free to comment on the Dropbox. What is the number you think people use mobiles in India? 70 crores. I see people saying 70 crores, 50 crores. Everyone 10 by 10 on 10. That's absolutely right. So just come up with a vague number. That's totally all right. You know, so I'm sure everyone is using mobile phone now. It's not the generations have changed that even the small kids have phones. Fifth standard, eighth standard students all run around with mobile phones and smartphones and iPhones and all of that. So just to surprise you with the fact, we have around 75 crores number of mobile users in India. I think someone did closely answer to that number too. 70 crores from Mr. Vijay. And so nice guess, sir. So 75 crores is the number of mobile users in India. So that is a huge market for all these service providers and product owners to sell their product, right? So coming to the number of apps. So here is another question. So how many apps do you think are there? This could be a very wild guess, or no one would have even given a thought as to how many apps would be there in the world. So just to surprise you again, so what do you think, or how many apps do you think are there on your phone? I mean, on the app store, basically. You have your Google Store and your Play Store and Android Store and all of that. How many apps do you think it's there in that? 50,000 apps, I see. 50 lakhs. I mean, nowadays you have apps for everything. You want to order food, it's at your fingertips. Zomato and Swiggy, they just drive you any of the cravings any time of the day to your house. 50 lakhs. All right. So we have around 2.8 million apps on the Play Store. An app, maybe introduced. There is thousands of apps which get introduced into the Play Store every single day, and the same apps goes. Few apps become very famous and familiar, and few apps also goes for a toss on the same day too. So why am I talking about apps and mobile phone? You will know more about it as we proceed. So so who is this person? I'm sure most of them do know. If if someone wants to answer this question, so who is this person on the screen?
Zuckerberg, sir.
Ab-
Mark
Absolutely.
Zuckerberg. Yeah.
Yes. So that is Mark Zuckerberg. So I'm sure who is Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is the founder of Facebook. Facebook was started in the year 2004. And what is the beauty, or the core strength of Facebook is its user base, right? So Facebook has a population, how half of world's online payer population is on Facebook. you know that is almost equal to China's real population, 1.3 billion people, or more than 100 crores. So that is equal. So Facebook users is equal to China's actual population. So that's how big or gigantic. Big is not the word. Gigantic is the word Facebook is. And they grow on a every second basis, right? So it's a huge market. So just to surprise you with having these many people as your user base across the globe, I'm sure a net worth of 190 billion is something which is not that surprising too for us, right? So this is Mark Zuckerberg and his achievement or his net worth, to just to know, as we are strictly talking about social media and all of that. So again, a question. So here I have a screenshot of Zomato Facebook page. So the red one, what I have marked in square, has the followers. So that is around 19 lakh people, around roughly around 19 lakh people who follow this page. Okay. So my question over here is, or let me show you another example and then ask you the question. So here is a screenshot of the personal page of Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. So I'm sure everyone is aware of Aishwarya Rai, the beautiful actress. So on her recent post, or any of her recent posts or photos of her, as I've circled, there are around 3,600 likes and shares and comments, as you can see. So on the earlier one you saw on Zomato, you had around 19 lakh people who followed the page. Or here you have around 3,600 people who have liked and commented on all of those. So my question goes out to all of you over here. Do you think the numbers over here are legit? Do you think these numbers are real? Feel free to comment. I would love to know your answers, and I would like to break the mystery after your answers. I see a lot of people saying yes, yes, of course. Each person could be clicking a couple of times. Well, just to quickly answer your the question, the answer, Ms. Vinuta, if any person is clicking twice, it is still considered as one like itself. So how many ever number times you like or dislike, it's still going to be one. So no. All right, all right. So going back to my
Okay, thank
question.
you.
Yeah. So going back to my question, if these things are legit or fake, it's definitely not fake, but it's not 100% real. So when I say it's 100% not real, so these are paid likes, these are paid followers, what you get. So these are not like, bots or robots, which, which they use to create likes and all of that. No, this is not. But if I have to say, this is about 60 to 65% real, and the rest is not real. The rest is all paid followers, paid subscribers, what you get, and paid likes, what you get. And there are legit campaigns on Facebook in order to increase your page followers itself, right? So it will cost you less than, a rupee to 5 rupees to get one like for your page, for your personal or your business or anything. It depends on different industry. So yes, so these what you see are not 100% real. These are all paid followers and paid likes and comments, which you and I can, everyone can get. It's just about you have to know how do you get all these things. So I will talk about this again, but I hope this mystery is solved over here slightly to just break the taboo over here. All right. So I'm going to talk about social media's influence in today's time, how social media has influenced everyone in this current situation or in today's lifetime. So here are some 5 reasons why social media is growing in India. So if you agree with these 5 points, each point I address, feel free to say 100% or true or whatever which makes you, file. But please see that, you comment which is real or you agree or disagree, whatever it is. So here are 5 reasons why social media is growing in India. The first reason is people love to show off. You know, so here I've used a picture of someone. Has got a new car on the right hand side. You can see it's got a new car, and what is the first thing most of the Indians do, or across the people across the world is you take a photo and you put it up on your social media, Facebook, bought a new car here, there, right? So this is something very common to most of our Indians and all of that. Or this is very common, culture on this social media. So people love to show off on social media. That is the hard truth or the bitter truth, what you can say. But this is, let's face it, this is the fact. So another on the left hand side, you see 3 kids, putting up graduation photos. I recently graduated, and the trend is always there. You have to show your hat throwing, otherwise you don't know that you're graduated. So, and that photos do come in from the younger generation of schools or colleges and all of that. Every pic of your graduation or any such thing goes on the social media. So on a whole, people love to show off. So that is point number one. I did see a lot of people saying definitely 100% sure. Absolutely. So second point, we love gossiping. It is not just the women or the men or the kids and all of that. Everyone in India loves to gossip, irrespective of what topic we are talking, politics or news or sports or whatever is the topic, we love to gossip. Like we have a pictorial representation of, like three ladies sitting here and, talking about, do you know, or most common familiar factor would be like, stalking the celebrities, trying to know what is happening in their life. We're trying to know, okay, which car she got, or what jewelry he's got, or which bike he has got, or whatever. So these are all gossiping, right? So we love social media gossip. We hunt for, gossips like this on social media. So this is something which is very interesting, and that is on point number two, that we love gossiping, and this happens very widely on social media. So point number three, people love to socialize. Of course, we Indians love to talk to anyone. It is not, difficult for us to start a conversation with a random person. It's absolutely not. So here is a photo of an elderly man who's traveling in a train, and the right hand side, on the left hand side, you see a yellow colored person who is talking. So this is a common a situation where when we are traveling somewhere very far, or somewhere, yeah, when we are traveling, especially in train, so the duration is longer, right? So we tend to talk to him or ask him the basic question, at least, oh, where are you heading to, what are your plans after doing it, because the journey is long, right? So you build a conversation over that. And after your conversation, if you really, like the conversation what you had and all of that, you tend to ask his, at least your Facebook profile or your Instagram ID. So it's just, rather than you asking phone number would be creepy. But just taking over their Instagram ID or Facebook is something. It's okay. It's okay. Like people are not hesitant to give their Facebook profile and all of that. You add them on your profile, and that's it. So you use social media there also to connect, right? So that is how another point why social media is growing, because we love socializing and we use social media, to stay connected after the journey as well. So here, one more point is, point number four is, we blindly follow the trend. I mean, we don't know why people are doing, or what people is doing, or what is the real reason behind, certain viral things which happens. I don't know. One such thing is the ice bucket challenge. Over the last few years, if you remember, people just randomly started, taking a bucket of ice and start pouring it on their head. I mean, few people were absolutely clueless as to why this was, happening. They really didn't know what is the real fact. Say about 5% of the people knew that is because of it was for a cancer cause. Very few people knew. Otherwise, it was just fun. All the cricketers were doing, the neighbors are doing, everyone. Like, it is just fun. Again, what do? You take a video of it and put it on social media, right? So people in India, especially, blindly follow, any given trend. Black and white challenge. There are all sorts of, black and white challenge, old childhood throwback challenge. Post your childhood photo, best friend photo, all sorts of things. It doesn't have any meaning to it, but we all follow those trends. So coming to the fifth interesting point is, social media is a puppet show by itself. We love entertainment. Everyone loves entertainment. It's not centric to Indians. We all love entertainment, right? So we source these kind of information or entertainment using these channels, be it Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, right? So off lately, the one which has got a lot of trend is the memes, right? So this is something which has picked up over the last few years, which has gained a lot of potential. You start memes about actors, politicians, cricketers, be it everything. You can meme about anything, any movie, any film star, all of those, right? So we all of them seek entertainment or use the social media platforms for entertainment. And so these are five important things, or why key points as to why social media is growing, especially in India. So I'm sure that I did see a lot of comments through passing through each of the points that all of you did agree to it. So that's very true. So yeah, so these were a few 5 points about it. So that is great. So far we have come to few slides. I wanted to understand if I am clear enough, if I'm going too fast, or the pace. Do I have to reduce the pace, or how do I have to a little more improvise on the speed? Is it okay with the phase I'm going through?
Yeah, I think it's okay, but if you go a little bit slowly,
Okay.
and in case you to make it more understandable,
All right. All right.
and using a little simpler kind of terms.
Okay. No problem.
Thank you.
Okay. So here we come to the core of the topic. So here is 7 key personal branding tips. So the 7 key tips which I have, you know, framed it for this particular webinar is that, this personal branding tips can be used for any branding, right? This is for any kind of personal branding. You might be an author, you might be a poet, you might be a, musician. It doesn't matter. If at all you want to brand yourself. So these are a few personal branding tips. So the first point over here is have a niche. I mean, you need to know your audience. So before you start doing any branding on your own on social media or anything, so you need to know who exactly is your audience, right? So what is your niche? You need to understand who is your target audience, who is the one whom you have to address. You need to understand their problems of your followers, and then come to an understanding and see to it that you solve that problem. So the first point is you need to know your niche. So have your population or the target ready. uh, I see someone drawing on the screen. I request you not to do it. I hope it's by mistake. That's fine. So knowing your audience is very important. So that is something which you have to do first. So second point over here, the second key point over here is people usually, three W's is what I call it. So three W's, like who, where, and why. So people generally, forget why they are for, or what they are doing over here. So this is something which you need to talk. People usually on social media don't try to, tell what has happened in their past, or what are the achievements, what they have done, or your experience, what you have done, all of those in the past. They tend to skip it, like, it's not necessary. So it is very much essential to have what you have done in the past, your achievements, your background, your education, whatever you're doing, whatever content, video content, or photos or videos, what you have over the past few years, to use it, right? And you need to use all of those content when you're doing personal branding. So the people know, okay, what is your vision? People are aware that what is your vision? What are you trying to solve? So people are aware of all of this. So this is the second point. So you understand where you come from and the three W's, like who, where, and why. So you should be clear basically about what you're going to be, undertaking in your social media, what is your goal, and all of this. So these 3 points are very important. So who, where, and why. Yes. Uh, the third point is you need to be an active listener. So you can't always be talking, right? Considering that you have the knowledge, you have the experience in any industry what you're into, we can't always have one-sided conversation happening throughout. So we need to understand different people's opinions, different people's visions, and we need to connect with all of them and hear out their problems, and then give out the solutions. So it should be a not just one side conversation. It should be a two on two conversation or here also. So these are a few things which should be very important. So I'm sure uh, everyone has their own strength and weaknesses in one particular in their personal this thing. You might be strong in presentation.
फ्रिजमा लगेर राख जाऊ कोन बाहिर
uh,
बिर्काउँदा
Ambika
नसमाज है
ma'am, phone पनि माथि नराख्नु।
कोन पनि राख
Can you
I
please mute
think
Ambika ma'am?
someone is unmuted. Yeah, okay. So everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. So you have to capitalize whatever your strengths are at utmost thing. And if you feel you're weak in few points, then you need to ally with or get connected with people or get connected with community which are available on Facebook and Instagram. You get connected, join that group, make them as your friends, talk to them, interact with them, share their knowledge, peer understanding of all of those things. And you can use them, call them on your Instagram or your Facebook to talk about those particular things which you are weak at. So make friends. I'm sure there are a lot of thousands of community groups which are there on Facebook and on Facebook, which we have all are part of. You this thing we might be all into few groups which we have our strongest points. So it is um, very important to be part of other community groups also, which you lack, which you may lack, or which can be or one of your weakness. So joining allies with other communities is equally important for a personal branding thing. So be consistent, consistent in being consistent in any work, or being disciplined, wherever you talk something, or you need to have a calendar of what post is coming this day. If you're going Facebook or Instagram live on this weekend, so you need to have a calendar for the entire month which is scheduled, so that you are also ready as to what post is going which day, where are you going to talk about a particular situation or a session. So you're aware and you're keeping the content also ready. And you cannot be having, like, today you post one thing on social media and the next post will be after 6 months. So you cannot do that. So you need to be consistent on whatever you post or whatever you talk, however you interact with people, both on online and offline. It could be the questions what you post on Instagram or Facebook. It could be the quiz, whatever you have, whatever. So it has to be very consistent. So do not be inconsistent in the post or whatever content you're generating, or whatever gyan or the skills whatever you want to share. It has to be consistent. So yes, this is again about you understanding what are your strengths and weaknesses. This is similar to the same point, as to whichever you're strong at, make sure that you capitalize those things first. You don't have to wait on things which you are not so good, or all of those. You can always seek help from other experienced people in that particular domain. There are always so many people who would love to encourage and help you with so many other things in that particular point. So you have to reach out to people to make sure that your weakness is converted into a possibility and a strength. So this is about the strength and weakness, a very important point for a personal branding. So the most another important factor that most of them tend to forget, or tend to not give much of scope or you know importance for this, is branding. So when I say branding, there are a lot of things which come into it. Like, few common fundamentals of branding consists of the logos, the logo of your brand. It could be the colors of the brand. It could be the other taglines which you use, your vision, mission, whatever you use. So these are very important. So it has to be consistent in all the posts. If you take an example of Sony or KFC or anything, you will always see that they don't go out of their colors, their brand colors, whatever the brand colors is. When I say KFC, you always have that red color in your mind already. So they will not put something which is green in color or pink in color. So whatever designs what they do on Facebook or Instagram, they will always stick to those brand colors and they don't move out from that brand colors. So having a consistent branding technique and branding colors improves the reachability, and there is a better brand recall. So when I say brand recall, people tend to remember the brand, without even seeing it visually. So when I say Pepsi, for example, so if you close your eyes, you can visualize the Pepsi bottle or the logo of the color, right? Because that is consistent branding time and again over the period of years. They have not changed the color overnight, or this year this blue and pink and next year is green and red. No, they've always been consistent for the last how many ever years they're present. So it is very much necessary and very, very important to keep your branding at check and make sure you're using it in the right way, and you don't step out of it. So branding is the key factor. So the seventh point and the last point is, you need to be a storyteller. So you need to, people in India, people or businesses sell stories. Emotions is something which people get triggered on, right? You see a lot of videos on Instagram or YouTube. So something which is emotional, or something which is triggering you, or it has human values or human benefits or whatever it is, people tend to get connected very easily with those, right? So you need to tell a story. So you need to be a story narrator or a teller over here about your brand, or your anything. So you shouldn't be like you are selling your product, but you should just be talking about, you should narrate a story, and people buy stories and not a product. So how you do it, it takes time, obviously. How you tell a story and how creatively you tell a story, there are a lot of courses which are available freely on YouTube, and how you can be a storyteller. And there are other courses which are available in Upgrade, and so many things which are there. So you can look up to those things as well. So yeah, so these were the 7 points which are very important for personal branding. So with these 7 points, I wanted to know if you have any doubts, or if you want me to repeat any of the points under this. If it was clear, then you can let me know. I can proceed with the further.
Yeah, I had a question on the first point. You mentioned about niche.
Yes.
So yeah. So the niche is like, we should be clear about our unique strength, or is it like how we put it across with the audience? So what should be the focus?
So the niche over here, what I'm referring to is the target audience. Who is your end goal, whom you want to reach out to, whom you want to sell the product, whom you want the service to be used by. So that is the niche whom you want to. It could be classified. It could be further classified into demography, the age group or whom you want to reach out to, the interest behavior of people. People who are interested into fitness, people who are interested into yoga, people are interested into stay anything. So depending on your business and the interest activity, you need to niche down your target. So that is the niche what I'm talking about.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions from these points? Okay, so I assume it's clear. If it's not clear, again, we can, and at the end of the session, we can connect on this. So I move forward. So here are a few personal branding samples. So these are our clients basically, so whom we do personal branding for. So she is Rashmi. So she is a nutrition coach. So she gives online tips and online consultation on how do you keep your nutrition or your health or your body fit and fine using nutrition. Not any, she's not a gym coach, and she's a nutritional coach. So you can see the brand colors over here is just green. That is the brand color. So we don't use any other color for her, or that there are so many ways where you can creatively place green and still be nice. So we use, it's always beneficial to have certain basic photo shoot done like this. These are all taken at phones, not any professional HD photography and all of those is required. It is just taken at phone, then we have edited the background and we have used like this. So 3 different poses like this is very simple, so that it's more appealing to people also. So this is one sample which I wanted to share. This is for an Instagram grid. So another samples of the creatives. So when I said you need to be consistent on your branding, so the brand colors and all of those matters, when I said that, so you can see that we have our name at the bottom, at the right bottom we have Rashmi Warrior, that is the name, and her title nutrition coach, and the colors are seen, the green color. So it's, we are not away from the brand colors, we are ensuring the branding is intact, and people will believe and remember this color and the name or the font style. So that is something which we tend to or we have to keep in mind in this branding technique. So this is another nutrition coach. So this is a sister. These are basically 2 sisters who does nutrition. They're both the nutrition coach. So here she's a different brand altogether. So she has chosen the color purple. So this is a creative for a workshop. So here also we see that it's not too crowded, the background is not too crowded, tend to keep it very simple. The first rule of designing is to make sure that it is readable enough. So we cannot clutter too many things on one creative, so we should avoid it. We should try to keep as minimal as things possible, so that it's easier to use. So this is one another sample. So here is on the left hand side, you can see a screenshot of our Instagram page. So here are the highlights, what you can see. So they're all purple in color. So as soon as you see on if you zoom out and see the screen, I've taken a screenshot of our page. So you can see that everything is in purple and all of that. So here, top 5 foods in vitamin D. It's a continuous post, which when you have to swipe and see the rest of the the post. So branding is very important. So I mean, this is something which we have to keep in mind and give importance to, and because on a longer run, this is something which is going to be your asset, and it has to be taken care with utmost care. So these are few examples on how you can brand yourself for you teachers, or if there are any teacher or any domain. So you need to have this kind of an approach, and have the consistency of posting regularly, maybe 2 to 3 posts in a week. You can talk about the things which you are pioneered in, you have the complete knowledge in all of those, interact with people, get to know them, listen to them, and all of those. There can be a lot of things which can go on, right? So you need to bring down that calendar for the month, and you're prepared, and content is something which we have to focus on, and quality content only sells, and having human value attached to it always sells. So storytelling is also another important, why it is a key important tool, which is very important that we have to cultivate over a period of time. So you can always start. I mean, if you don't have any personal branding, or so it's always, you can start always, right? You can, it doesn't cost you anything to open an Instagram page and create your own group of people, and market it yourself, so you learn on the go as well. All right. So yeah, some more examples. So we were posting fact, concept of myth versus fact. So this all goes like weekly once. So yeah, so those were few personal branding and samples which we used. So here comes the second part, or the most vital part in the branding, is the colors and its importance. So a lot of people blindly use colors just because it is favorable to them, or just because it is appealing and all of that. They don't, you know, deep dive into what exactly is this color or this significance, right? So I'm going to talk about those colors and its significance. So I have four colors over here, which is widely used. So I'm not going. So orange is the first color what you can see. So as soon as you see the color orange, so you have that energetic, feel, or that vibe which comes in, which sounds active, or which may sound very generous, right? So that is the characteristics of the color orange. So depending on what business you are, or what personal you are, or personal branding you are, so you need to use the right colors for the logos, the right colors for designing, and all of those. So one of the most common used color is the color red. Red is something, which is very passionate, very strong, and very widely used. I mean, most of the malls, or any places if you go, you, especially on the malls, when you go, you see all the sale, 50% off, 10% off, flash sale, all of those, they're all red. Red catches the people's attraction. It catches people's mind to look into that particular color, or that what exactly are you trying to sell. So based on these characteristics, again, you need to make sure you use the colors well, and make sure these colors are used throughout and be consistent. So similarly, you have different colors. Yellow, symbolizes faithful, sensible, and you have so many logos from different companies using these characteristics. So each colors has its own characteristics, and as soon as this is one more common understanding, or significance of colors. So obviously, when we see a green color on the food menu, it is considered veg. So has anyone given a thought, like, why have veg has to be only green? It could be other color also, right? I mean, it could be other, purple also. But why did people choose, or why is people conceived or convinced that if it is green, it is veg? So this is why, because nature is green, and plants are green, and trees are green. Green symbolizes peace, and something very calm, and all of that. So that is why they kept the color green as veg, and all of that, so which is peaceful. So each colors has its own significance. For superiority, there are different colors. For sensitive, there are different colors. For blue is widely used, by Facebook, so that they show trust, and all of that. So I have a quick question again. This is an engagement question again. So don't Google anything anywhere. So you have four colors on the screen. I mean, six colors on the screen. There's orange, red, yellow, purple, blue, and green. I want you to list one, or of any color, a logo or a brand associated with that color. List any one brand associated with any of these colors, which which you are familiar. It doesn't matter you're small or big, any brand. Red, Coca-Cola,
It's
Nilgiri.
yellow one.
Red, KFC, Coca-Cola, purple, and Cell, Environment Organization, green, yellow, Amazon, Parle G. Yes. So now we try to, let's take an example of orange. They say Fanta, very rightly imagined and used. So when we say Fanta, Fanta is orange in color. So they're very active. So as soon as you see that orange, this thing, you obviously have they sell the place in such a way that it is very active and energetic. When you drink it, you feel energized. So that is something which they are communicating with their brand colors, or with the Fanta cool drink by itself. So they have rightly used the colors, and this is one example, very nicely said. Other one, a few other people are saying green WhatsApp. You know, here one of the characteristics of green color is curious. You know, yeah, you can see over here is curious. So as people also in WhatsApp are very curious to open any message which pops up, any forward which they get, and all of that. So these are all the characteristics kept in mind by these people, you know, uh, to ensure that, you know, these are all there. So very nice that to see all of you participating in it. So you know, after the call, if you have some time, try to you know, you can take a screenshot of it, of this particular slide, and you know, you can try to relate which brand has which color and what are the characteristics of it. There are other colors also. You can research on those colors and try to understand as to why these people are. The most one more biggest brand color which they have used uh, uh, is uh, is silver. Silver signifies premium. Silver, whenever there is silver, the cost is always higher. So you might see the iPhones and all of those are all silver. Even the Apple is in silver color on behind of the this thing. So that is one more color. After the call, maybe you can take it up as a research assignment and see as to why they used that particular color and why not the red color itself if it's an Apple. So you can read on that. So I did get an interesting question. What will be the right color for schools? Well, sir, it depends on what school it is. I mean, is it for a preschool, what you're talking about? Is it for a nursery? Is it for a high school? Or is it the entire school by itself, where you LKG to learn primary and all of that? So if it's for a, you know, pre-nursery or a play school kind of a thing, it has to be fun and energetic, and you know, it has to attract the kids. You know, the colors has to be, you know, kids generally like multiple colors, playful and cheerful and all of those. So colors like, you know, yellow, purple, green, and all of these, you know, signifies as, or you know, qualifies as colors of kids. So you can have multiple colors. And while designing a logo, um, it is mandatory, or it is fundamental, that you keep not more than 3 colors in your logo. So more than 3 colors in your logo will be very difficult. So any logo, ensure that it's within 2 to 3 colors, not more than that. So yes. So yeah, so these were other colors, choices of colors, other brands which are there. You know, we have Shell Petroleum, we have Yahoo, Facebook, Google. So you can look up all their characteristics and the reason why, the, you know, it's called as the color emotion. So you can see all of those. So here, okay, there are a few more questions. I will take it up in the end. So, so here are a few expensive logos. You know, people generally think, you know, a logo is just, you know, 5 minutes work or a day's work. Anyone can do it and all of that. So here are a few big giants in the corporate world who are very well known across. So here are a few expensive logos in the world. Accenture, the most common brand. You know, it's an electronic brand which we have. So many of us might have Accenture laptops or desktops and all of those. So the cost they invested is 100 million for creating this logo. So I mean, few people say, what is there in that, in creating, you know, giving so much money and all of that. But each of the font size, what they have, even the color, or even the, you know, the arrow mark or here signifies that it is moving forward. So a lot of things, you know, it goes into creating a logo. And 100 million is not just for the logo, it's also for branding. You know, they have so many you know, collateral, stationaries. You know, they might have their ID cards, their letterheads, so many things which consist of. So consisting all of that, that is the cost. British Petroleum. So petroleum, it's a petroleum brand. It's a global brand again. So they have invested around $200 million roughly in order to create this particular brand. So it looks very simple, elegant. You know, one thing what you can see is you don't see more than three colors, right? Which I just discussed. You don't have, like four colors in it or five colors in it and all of that. So it signifies calm, it signifies peaceful, it is friendly. They have used yellow, it is friendly. So it is very, characteristic. The characteristics of this British Petroleum is easily, outspoken with their logo. And the number one is Semantic brand. So this is the number one, the costliest or the most expensive, the logo which was ever developed so far. So that's a huge amount of money which is put in by Semantic. They are a software brand, which which we are all familiar with, also or may be familiar with, which is widely used in desktops and softwares and companies as such, which we use. So yes, so as I said, a lot of people or the corporates are the ones who widely give a lot of importance to the brand values, to the brand colors, and the other narrative behind all of this. But it is equally responsible for even a small scale or a independent brand or a personal brand to start branding themselves or branding their colors or their logo. Um, very much from the beginning, so that on a later stage it becomes a brand and people believe you. So that is why these are all important, and that is why all this corporate invest a lot of money in order to keep their brand intact. So these were the top three expensive logos, which I wanted to share it with you, so just to understand, make you understand that this is the amount of money which they are shelling out on those branding. So yes, so we come to LinkedIn. So before we go to LinkedIn, I want to know how many of you have a page on LinkedIn? How many of you have, I mean, how many of you have an account in LinkedIn? It's completely okay if you don't have it, but please let me know if you have. It's going to be easier to understand. I see a lot of people who are active, but great, great, great. That's completely okay. So whoever have it and doesn't have it, don't use it. That's completely okay. So I'm going to quickly take you through certain hacks of LinkedIn. For people who don't have their LinkedIn account, please kindly ensure that you have your LinkedIn page. You optimize your LinkedIn page in the right way. I'm going to give you a few tips as to how you can optimize your LinkedIn page. So I'm quickly going to my LinkedIn page right now. Just give me a second. So yes, so this is my LinkedIn profile. So this is my personal profile. So few things to keep in mind on your LinkedIn page is you have a big, cover page kind of a place over here. As you can see, which I've written digital marketer, CEO, growth, and all of those. So this is your billboard, which you can call it, on your LinkedIn. So this is the most or the biggest or the first thing which anyone, any person would look when they land on your profile. So make sure you use 3 to 5 points, 3 to 5 points, exactly 3 to 5 points, not more than that. Be clear or be specific as to who you are. If you're a teacher, you say your teacher. Or if you're a marketer, you say, like, I've given example, like, I'm a digital marketer, CEO, growth hacker, speaker, and an online course. I do take up online course as well. So I've noted down just 4 or 5 things. So by doing this, it is easier for people who comes to your profile to understand that, okay, at a first glance itself, okay, he's a marketer, okay, he's a speaker, and he also does online course as well. So at a quick brief nutshell or a preview of your profile, they will understand as to who you are. They don't have to, look into the details as to who you are, what you have done, your qualification, your experience, and all of that. So this will something which will grab attention, and it is very important to have this cover photo on your LinkedIn banner. So this is called as a LinkedIn banner. So make sure that you have a LinkedIn banner as well. And if you have also a website and all of that which you want to redirect to, you can mention that as well. So that is one. So tip number two, you need to always have a business or a plain background kind of an image. You shouldn't be using the photos which you use on your Instagram or your Facebook. No, you shouldn't be using that. You should be using something which is professional. And because LinkedIn is a place where it is more on B2B, business to business, and not like a public or like a entertainment place, like how Facebook and Instagram, you don't have like all those funny memes and videos which comes in over here. So it is very clear and very professional and very business. So make sure you have a clear photo without any background, and you have this thing over here. So that is tip number two, having a clear photo without any background and having a business photo. So, and the third point over here is having a short bio. What you can see over here is, it's the same thing what I've used on my cover photo also. So just in case if they miss out over here, they will read over here as to who I am, what I have done in a nutshell. So I've used few things like, what I've studied, or who I am, the founder, and all of those few points. So people get to an understanding immediately as to, okay, he's a founder, okay, he does this, and all of that. So make sure you have a clear bio. This we call it as a bio, LinkedIn bio. So make sure you have points written and not in sentences. So keep it point wise. Okay. So apart from that, make sure you have all your experiences written down over here. If you're part of this company, that company, anything, whatever it is. So make sure you have all the points. What was your job role in it? What was your achievements in it? What was your uh, day-to-day routine in the domain what we are doing. All of those points has to be mentioned. It's just not about you tell you're working here, and this was your role and this was your position. No, you need to mention each and everything, right? So similarly, this is just an example of my pay of my profile. I've neatly written down uh, all the positions and all the other achievements in the office and other professional things easily. So education, you also have education to be listed down clearly. Or here also you need to mention what are you doing with, what subjects do you teach. For in case if you're a teacher, what subjects do you teach, what are your specialization, what are your key interests. If there is any particular topic like trigonometry is your core or something which you enjoy teaching, make sure you mention trigonometry is something which I love, and theorems are something which I love to teach or love to explain, or all of those things is something which you have to be listed. Your licenses and certifications is also very, very important, and this is very keen if someone is looking out for jobs outside, looking out for new opportunities anywhere. So make sure you have your certifications, your qualifications, all those certifications being put out over here. So it is very important. So yeah, this is the place where you need to put in all the certifications. So over the period of time, gone are those days wherein it will soon be extinct, that sending resumes and all of those. So now already people are using Instagram, and there are a lot sorry people are using LinkedIn, and so many HRs and all of them are asking you for your LinkedIn profiles and not for your resume. So you need to catch up with the trend and be active and consistent over here, and changing those things and adding content on a regular basis is very important. So it is not a day's work. Your LinkedIn is not day's work. It will take you maybe a weekend or 1 or 2 days if you sit with it. But I'm sure if you don't have a profile, please create one and make sure you furnish your entire LinkedIn page completely from the head till the toe, because each of it is very important. So if you have any other volunteer experiences, if you do NGO, if you do anything, it could be helping the society, or if you're part of any academic or cultural event or anything which you are given this thing. So make sure you write a small description about who you are, what your experience was in that particular thing, and all of those. So yes. So another thing is endorsing your skills. So here you can mention your skills. So this could be the the simplest Excel, PPT making, Microsoft Office, Word, all of those. These are all skills. So you can have multiple skills. So these are all the skills which I have put as I'm familiar with and all of those. So similarly, you can also put. So why is it it is important to use all the skills over here is when people search, sales management or marketing strategy, there are high chances of your profile being linked, or your profile being showcased on the top on the LinkedIn search. So it is very important to have this written down or listed down in your profile. So apart from that, you can there are so many other things you can accomplishment or milestones which you have anything. Feel free to use it over here. The courses what you have taken, the company which you are working, if you have any public books which you have written or you want to release, make sure all of those things are here. So this is just an overview or certain tips as to how you can look out for people. Optimize your profile. Here there are so many options of how you can look out for jobs. You can just filter it, so it's very easier, over here, to just go on your jobs. You can you can put in your filters, like what is the salary you're looking for, what is the domain you're looking for, which location are you looking for, and all of those. And similarly, you will have a lot of job applications or opportunities which keep popping up like this, and it's very easier. You can just go in here and just select and apply just like this. So your resume, you don't have to send a resume, additional attach a resume or anything as such. Your profile itself acts as a resume on LinkedIn. You can just go here and click on continue, and people, the HR will receive your profile. So it is very fast, and of lately you see a lot of people HRs doing. So here you can see also one more thing to keep in mind over here is to check the date. The date or the timeline as to when it was updated. So 1 month is pretty old. So there are things like 4 months is like long gone. There are so many people who would have already done. So this is something which you want to see, like 2 weeks ago, which is very recent, right? So here one more. So yeah, it's just activated 1 hour ago. So there are high chances of you getting into these places then compared to the one which is applied 4 months ago or a month ago and all of that. You already have for this 24 applications for a month, for a 1 month thing. So you can understand if it's more than 3-4 months, it's no point applying itself. So keep those all these points in your mind while applying. So it increases your probability of getting the job and not wasting your time. So that is something which is very important. So yeah, so that is about a few things on LinkedIn. How you can use by title. You can search people by title. You can search by city, state. So for example, if I search for school, if I want to search school principals, then I put in India. Here also you can type in any location also. So you can type experience level, entry level, advanced, whatever level you're looking at. So easily you will find out who are all the jobs available for a principal post in various schools. If you're looking at just Nepal, if you want to see, you will get a lot of okay, there is no this thing available in this. So you easily get a lot of school. You see Orchard School, then a lot of schools like Principal. So you lot of domains available for you. It's easier. Again, just go here, click here for easy apply, and your profile will act as a resume. So I want you guys to explore these things. These are all free of cost. It doesn't have anything to create a LinkedIn page. It's very easy. So there are advanced things like LinkedIn Premium and all of that, which that helps you know who has seen your profile in the last few days and all of those. So yeah, my premium is not activated, but you can know who is looking at your profile. What is his domain, which company is he. So all of these things. So a lot of things, a lot of insights, which gives you. You can see here around 82 profiles have people have viewed my profile in the last 90 days. So a lot of interesting things, and these are a few points which I wanted to take you through. I would definitely know that once the meeting is done, you would be exploring more things. So that's about yeah. So that's about LinkedIn. So when I said for designing, if you need, this is one tool which I wanted to talk about. I'm sure most of you would or for people who don't know. So Canva is the tool. It's a free editing tool where you can edit numerous for social media posts. You can design your cards, logos, posters. LinkedIn banners also is available there. You don't have to worry about the size. All you have to do is go here and search for a social media post or LinkedIn banners, and you will get the right template in that particular size, and you can design it very well. So it's very easy, and I would encourage all of you to look at it, and it's a free tool again. So please feel free to do it, right? So yeah, so this is one more tool which I want to show you. So it's called as Remove BG. So it's a Remove BG is basically if you have a photo go for let me take an example. Which has background which you want to edit. So editing photos will be really difficult. For example, for LinkedIn, which I said, you need to have a clear photo. So for that, you need to have a clear photo behind it. So you cannot have photos like so all you have to do is okay, for example, I'm just showing an example. So I'm just copying sorry, any JPEGs. Yeah, so any JPEG or any image, whatever you have. So this is just for a rough thing. So I've downloaded a JPEG. So all you have to do is just drag and drop. So within seconds, you get a clear picture. The background is erased and only the image, whatever you want, the focus is used. So you can just use, download this part, this video, this photo, whatever from here, go to Canva. So it's a free designing tool, which I just spoke about. Canva, also you can use it for presentation also. So I'm just showing how you can do your photo over here. So you pick a template. If not, you just upload the photo which you just downloaded. Just give me a second on this. Okay, so it basically comes here. I mean, you just have to upload it over here and that image will be done. So it takes less than 2 minutes to do it. So Remove BG is the tool which you have to use. in order to create a background free image, and which can be used for any social media or any LinkedIn or anything for personal branding. So yes. So that was about remove BG. So here I'm going to talk about the targeting, as to how social media you can use for targeting, the right audience. So whatever you see over here is the back end of Facebook. So this is a little bit of technical, but not something which you cannot learn. I'm just showing you the options, right? So you can target people based on the location. If you want to target people, only people living in Nepal, you can do that. If you want to target people only, in a particular city or a street, that can also be done. So here is how you target people. If you want to, here you can further categorize people based on their age category. If you're targeting parents, or if you're targeting students, irrespective of what your end customer is or your niche is, right? So that is why that is important. That's why it's important to narrow down all those points in the earlier things. So if it's a women oriented kind of a brand, if you want to sell women fashion wear and all of that, so you don't want to sell it to guys or men, right? So it has to go out to only to women, so you can categorize it to women. So a few basic things like this, apart from languages, based on languages also you can. So I'm just going to show you a few uh, targeting options which are available on on Facebook and Instagram. So here are a few interesting things, like uh, you can target people based on education. You can target people based on the schools, universities which they have studied. You can also target people based on the income level also here. So it's that narrow, it's that segmented your ads can go to. So all your ads can go to only to people who are having this much of income, this much of financial, or this field of study. So it can go to them. It can also, you can target people, or here are a few targeting options, like people away from family, people from hometown. So anniversaries, date of birth. So like things like anniversaries within 30 days. So a product like those the mugs, the couple mugs or photo frames or gifting companies uses this option where they target people based on your anniversaries coming soon. If how do they know that your anniversary is coming soon? Is obviously if you have mentioned on Facebook that saying that I got engaged this day, so it will be saved in Facebook. So indirectly Facebook is telling the seller that, okay, here is the set of population who's selling the anniversary, who's spending their anniversary in the next 30 days. And when a marketer like us select this option, the ads will go to only to those people who are likely to purchase a gift or any of those things. So based on date of birth, again, if your date of month birthday is coming up and all of those, you can do that. Other interesting things like long distance relationship, new job, newly engaged, newly wed, recently married. So these are all the targeting options which are used, like people like travelers, travel agencies, or people who want to sell new houses, real estate. So because so these are the options which are targeting options which are selected by them to to make sure that once you're married, you tend to travel, or to go out or buy a new house or a car or whatever it is. So here are the options. So you also have parents option. Here is more something which you have to pay attention to, since you have schools owners and principals in this webinar. So you can target people on different age category. If it's a preschool, you can, or if it's a brand like baby toys or nursing equipments and all of those, you can target those people over here. Parents with adult children, so this is something which you can also target. Parents with preschoolers, 3 to 5 years, this is the ideal age for preschool and all of that. You can target only those parents who are available on Facebook and Instagram. Parents with primary school age, 6 to 8 years. So these are all the target age groups for schools, education and college and all of those whom you can target. So yeah, so these are few interesting options which are available. These are all interest which are available, which you can select, and they are all targeting, and your ad goes out to only to those people and not anyone else. So yeah, these were the targeting options which I wanted to show, and in the ads, all of this. So how do you feel? I mean, do you find it interesting as to know about it? Is there any doubt in this particular thing? Or maybe can we, or okay, I think we'll keep the questions till the end. So if you have any questions, just note it down. I will answer them at the end. So yes, so that is about how you can target on social media. So here is a case study, a small case study. So here, so this was a post which we used for one of my clients, wherein the objective of the ad was to get maximum likes. Earlier when you saw Aishwarya Rai's in the earlier section of this thing, when she had 3,000 likes and all of that, right? So I myself could, make up 11,000 post likes over here. So we could generate 11,000 likes with spending. Okay, I want you to guess. So how much do you think I would have spent for my client to get 11,000 likes? So you see, this is an actual screenshot of the photo of what it is. So just comment as to how much do you think I would have spent to get 11,000 likes for that particular image. Thousand, 33,000. I want to hear from most of them. I want, because it's something very crucial, and this answer will determine or influence you to get into digital marketing. 55,000, 33,000. Any other guesses from anyone else? Any other questions? I mean, any other guesses? Okay, so to surprise you all, in order to get 11,000 post likes. So this was an ad which ran pan India. Okay, so it was for a week's time, maybe. Yeah, so we ran it for a week's time. So to break the secret, here is what we spent. We spent 445 rupees. I repeat, we spent 445 rupees in order to get 11,000 likes on that particular image. So that is how cheap or economical or easy, with the lowest amount you could get the maximum outreach. So that is the objective, to get 11,000 likes, and we reached about 87,000 people with just 445 rupees. And again, and these are not people who are like random India, right? So these are people who are interested in this particular group, or interested in this particular domain of service. So basically the client is into drone industry, so they do drones. So the video, the photo which you saw is also, it's a nano drone, it's a military drone. So we ran an ad for that. So yeah, so it reached 87,000 people, and 419 people saved the post. So this is an actual screenshot of the analytics, so as to how many people it reached and all of that. So duration was 7 days, as I said. So yes, so for 45 rupees, we could reach so many people, and the objective was also done. So this is something interesting, and why people are getting into are getting into digital marketing and spending a lot of amount and all of those. So anyone could run this and be using this. So I'm sure a lot of them uh, you know uh, will have a lot of questions for this, so which I will take it in the end. So yeah, so one more question, I mean, one more point to be made here is, if you ask what is the minimum amount, this is one thing which is commonly asked during my webinars. So they asked, what is the minimum amount you want to spend? What is the minimum amount which we have to spend in order to run an ad? So basically, in order to run an ad on Facebook or Instagram, so it will just take you $1. So 70 to 75 rupees, approximately, roughly. So $1 is what it takes to run an ad for one day. So you cannot run it like for 2 hours or 3 hours and all of that. You need to run it for 24 hours. So $1 is what it takes, and one day, 24 hours is what you have to run an ad on Facebook or Instagram. So depending on that, you can spend. There is no limit of spending. You can spend 10,000 also, 10 crores also. There is no limit for it, right? So yes, so that is one more thing to be told. And here is one more interesting, understanding, or one of the primary reasons for me to start a digital marketing agency. So this is a common encounter by all of us. We would have be searching a product on Google on the left hand side. Maybe I've taken an example of boots. It could also be any car or bike or whatever you're searching on Amazon, whatnot, right? So you will be searching on Amazon, on Google, and the next thing, when you go to Facebook or YouTube or anywhere on Amazon also, or anywhere, you will have the same ad which reflected there following you. Has everyone encountered this situation? Have you come across such thing where you, when you Google something and when you go to other things also, you will find the same ad, right? So this is something which was very interesting for me also. I'm like, am I being stalked? I'm like, who's following me? This is a little serious for me, like, who is following me, where I go, which site I visit, what do I purchase, and all of that. Is it something which I've been tracked? And I was really keen on understanding what to, and how, and all of those. So then later, after my studies and research on all of this, I realized that this is something called as remarketing. So Google remarketing is something which is called as for this. So basically, when you go to a website, any new website, so you would have found a place or a pop-up which says, do you accept cookies? Right? Do you accept cookies? Yes or no, decline. You would have got that pop-up, right? So when you accept that cookies by mistake, or involuntarily, or knowingly also, so you are telling. So basically, cookies is something. It's a temporary memory of your history. So it will just save temporarily as to where you go, which website you go from one to one, or where to where, all of that. It will save you on the Instagram, sorry, on the Google. So when you click on that cookies, so you are telling Google that it is okay for Google to follow me to wherever sites I go. So there are a lot of Google partnered websites. So wherever I go, you can follow me and you can show me this ad. So that is the meaning of cookies. And when you click that cookies, you are entitled to get the same ad again and again over all those channels. So because Google is following you, and you have the one who have told it's okay by clicking on those cookies. And this process is called as remarketing. So that is why you get a lot of ads on YouTube or Amazon, Flipkart, wherever you go, it keeps following you, right? So this is called as remarketing, and this was one of the primary research things which helped me get into starting an agency like this. Yeah, so I think someone is on mute. I could mute yourself, ma'am. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. So here are top 5 don'ts on Facebook. So these are very important things which you don't have to share on Facebook. You don't have to post your private information online. So on the US, there are a lot of cases happening, like when you post your kid is going to this school, your kid is studying this class. These are all unwanted information which you're giving out for free, or which this is very personal information which you're giving out for people like hackers, kidnappers, and all of those. I mean, yes, there are kidnappers also on Facebook and all of that, who who keep seeing or who keep spying on who you are, what you do, where you work, and all of that. And when we involuntarily give out all this information, so I would suggest, don't especially your kids information, please do not share it, as to which school or where they go or what class. It's all unnecessary. So don't post all those information. Do not spread false information on rumors. Yes, there is an act wherein if you spread rumors and false information, you may be present also. So do not share those false information. This is more active on WhatsApp. You see millions of fake forwards and things which have happened somewhere in the country, and they may telling, oh, this is happening here, this is happening in India, this is the police and all of those. So do not do that. One more point is, be rude to people if you don't agree to their views, right? So you don't have to accept to whatever people say, right? So you can be rude if people tend to bully you, or tend to socially abuse you and all of that. You can have all the rights to be rude and report them to Facebook, telling them they are creating a nuisance on your profile, right? So that is point number 3. So you should also not be embarrassing your friends by tagging in like unglam photos or videos. This is also a part of cyber crime. This is also a cyber crime. You may do it for fun, where like the kids may do it for fun, thinking like some images like a fat image, or tagging to someone who is a little obese and all of that, so making it fun. So you can be booked for that also, so do not do that. Facebook is very strict on their rules, and someone does complain, and you will be jailed or fined for this for sure. And the last point is, block or remove friends who make you feel uncomfortable. There are so many people, and so many people who don't wish good for you. You don't really want to talk to them, right? So it's always better to block people or remove friends who make you feel uncomfortable. So go ahead and remove those people whom you don't want to talk to or remove. So these are the top 5 don'ts on Facebook, which you shouldn't be doing. Uh, so coming to the last part. So this is about viral marketing. Uh, so off lately, you see a lot of trends happening from YouTubers, video making, and all of those. So those people are called as vloggers, commonly called as vloggers, influencers, and bloggers. So it is said that you would have heard that if you have a video on YouTube, you're likely to be paid. So that is not false. Yes, it is true. If you have a video which is nice, or which has more number of views, it's basically the views which matters. So you are also entitled to make money from YouTube. So YouTube will pay you. How will they pay you is based on the number of views what you have for that video. So it doesn't matter which industry or what video is it and all of that, funny, humorous, sad, whatever it is, irrespective of how many views you have, you get paid. So here is an example. Like a famous YouTuber roughly makes around $10,000 for 1 lakh views. So when you break that down, that's equal to $100 per 1,000 views. So that is the amount what you get paid for every 1,000 views. So you need to have a YouTube channel for it, and that is why you see a lot of people putting in content and daily doing it. They have made this itself as a business for themselves, and they make a lot of money using YouTube. Okay, so I would like to give one such example. uh, I'm sure most of you may know this person on YouTube. She had become a viral star. Who do you think this person is, if you are aware? Sorry. Okay. So this person is Dingchak Pooja. She was very famous with the song Selfie Maine Le Liya and all that, with a weird voice note and all of that. So she became famous overnight, right? For nothing. So people laughed at it, and and all of those. So this was one part where people laughed at her way of song and the style and all of that. But otherwise, the video which went viral had 16 lakhs views on that overnight, over a period of few days, while we were all laughing and making fun of the video. So she earned around 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs just because of that views overnight. So this is the the scope, or why people are getting into vlogging and YouTube videos and all of this, and this is how they make money. This is just an example of Dingchak Puja, and which I wanted to share with you. So yes, with that, I think we have come to an end of this workshop. Now it's open for questions. The floor is open for questions. So if you have any questions, please go ahead, and I would love to answer them.
So for the YouTube videos, it's just the views, is it? It's not the likes.
It's not the likes, it's the views. So basically, you qualify only for getting paid only once you get 10,000 views. The first milestone is when you get 10,000 views, and after that itself, you start getting paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
If a person visits the page for multiple times, does the view increases? It goes like that, or?
So basically, to answer your question, so it is 1% is considered as one's view itself. So irrespective of a person sees it 100 times also or 1,000 times also, it is still considered as one, or maximum of two, not more than that.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, no problem. Any other questions related to personal branding, or on the case study which we showed as to we spent so much?
I have been dropping one question there, but I would like to repeat. So,
Sure.
what color is the best for the garment product?
Is it related to men, women? What kind is it?
It's especially outdoor.
Okay.
Outdoor, let's say the outdoor gear, like a hiking product.
Hiking. Okay.
Yeah, and then actually I could drop the pictures of the logo on chat box.
Okay. Okay. So
Then
I understood. So basically, so you said outdoor this thing. So I will get you the answer from your part itself. So when you say an outdoor thing, what are the common colors when you see an outdoor? If you say hiking, what is the most common color which you see around?
mostly what I'm saying is it's my one brand, like clothing brand.
Mhm.
And then being in Nepal, I have to consider for all peoples. If I'm only focusing on the mountaineer people, I need a very bright color. But before they get to the mountain areas, they have to go through the like a forested area. So I have to consider there on as well. So it's like not that bright, but it's multiple color. That's why I'm facing kind of difficulties with the branding color behind.
Mhm. So the most common color is, considering your brand is into hiking and of, for a particular niche. So your niche is people who love to hike and mountaineering and all of those. So your logo has to be sportive, people who would connect easily to the brand. The most common colors when you go for a hike would be the snow. If it's a snow hiking, if it's a forest, it's usually brown, and the mud is also brown, the green of this. So you need to use these colors: brown, green, white. So these are the colors which.
Why I'm asking is like this brand logo is not that good, but
Mhm,
it's relate to my name and the story. I,
mhm,
personally, like you say, when we are branding, we have to sell the story.
mhm,
So on the logo, the logo is a half moon logo, and
mhm,
underneath there's a little mountain icon, and then why this is a moon is my name is Dawa, and then in Tibetan and Sherpa called Dawa is for moon. So it's combined together. But
mhm.
more or less to show there's I combine the sky color like we see it in the blue, and then on that white or silver color logo. So it's kind of not combining well from my point of view.
All right, all right. So maybe you can, after the call, you can send me the logo. I would personally look at it once and audit it, and then help you with it. So we can take it off call.
Okay. Would you
Thank you. Thank you.
can you send me your mailing address, then I can drop.
Sure. I will share it with you at the end of the.
Okay, Poojesh, thank you so much. I would like to put forward something.
Sure.
Thank you so much for your presentation, because I think every one of us use Facebook for
Correct.
sure. Every one of us, but hardly anyone has the LinkedIn.
Correct.
Even I had the account for the last so many years, but I never, got some interest into that. And finally, my son told me something about it, and I have just made my LinkedIn account. But it's not that active, but I still go visit once. So today only I came to know about the importance of LinkedIn, basically because for looking for jobs and as you said, I get a job offer almost every day, looking into my my qualification and experience. So it's good that you have highlighted this, and I think many of us can now get into LinkedIn because it's more professional and more corporate type, I felt.
Correct.
So the main question I'm trying to ask is, because here we are teachers and principals, and we are now going digital, and admission also is digital. Online admissions are going on, and schools are making a lot of effort to do, because earlier we used to have parents coming into the school and doing all that visits and consultations and fees and this that, but now it's all online. So can you suggest on the best way to do a kind of digital admissions, online marketing from the school's perspective, so that it can help our schools here?
All right, sir. So basically, I understood. So the objective of here is to get maximum applications for the school. So for be it irrespective of primary or whatever the classes. So what you have to do in a brief, I would like to explain is, you have a strong, update your website. That is number one. You need to have a active website. So it cannot be outdated. You make sure you have a dynamic website. You have all the information about who you are, what is the school about, what is the curriculum you're offering, what are the USPs you have, facilities of your school, and all of those things listed down. So that is about website. Second is have activate all your social media accounts, so which is the most important platform for a school would be Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So these three are the most important channels which you have to use. So use these channels. Uh, Make sure you have regular updates on the curriculum what you teach, the teachers background, their expertise, and all of those. So those things and all of that should be there. So that is one point. Apart from that, other things is like we can run ads. So earlier when I showed you in the targeting, so you can target only parents of that particular age group for primary, high school, and all of those school, all those people, and limit to one location. If it is just Nepal, if it is just one city in Nepal, so you can target only those people and run ads. And once they click on that ad, maybe you can redirect them to the website, or an application form opens there itself. Maybe you can attach a Google form and attach, and they can fill it up and you get the response. So this is the best way about going about in marketing schools and admissions especially.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem, sir.
I'm expecting some questions from the others, because I have few questions. So before I ask, I want others to ask the questions regarding.
Yes, please.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Poojesh, sir.
Yes.
So I own a school, and I'm running a school these days.
Mhm.
So last time, as you have just as you have said that admission is open in my school. That's why I have made one design there of the admission open design from the same Google form I did. Canva I did, and I often use that Canva. And then after I pasted a link there from Google form, and from there I used to get all the information. And then after again I used to go back to the parents, and in this way I used to connect the parents. But there often in that pages I see apply button out there. Uh, Thereafter, fill online, open, such types of buttons are shown there.
Yes.
So I tried a lot on that, so I could not do it. And then after once, when I was on it, searching on it how to do it, finally I got one of my friend, and he suggested me to do this ad mastery course.
Mhm.
He suggested me to do that. He just gave me the offer. It was 50% off, Nepali rupees around that was 1,000. So, but because of my tight schedule, I could not do it. So, can you suggest me how to put that label, apply? So, whatever, there is many labels are out there. So just clicking on that, one can go to the form direct. It can redirects. So it looks so beautiful there in the there in the posts. So how can we do that?
So basically, I mean, that is completely social media ads. So what you just saw. So I
okay.
can quickly share you as to, I cannot go through the entire thing because it's a lengthy process to understand it, all of that. So whatever the options, what you see is here, call now, here. This is exactly what you would have seen. Call now, apply now. So these are all called as call to action buttons. So wherein you can redirect them here. You can use options like this. So 1 second. So this is backend of Facebook. You need to have a ads manager's account in Facebook so that you can connect your Facebook and Instagram over here, your company's account, and add all the photos and descriptions and all of those. And you can get all of this information out here. You can use this option like call now, book now.
Yeah. The same
Yeah.
I was.
So yeah. So this comes under the ads manager account. So basically, you need to understand the ads marketing. How do you strategize the ads and all of that? So they're all little technical. You will need some basic understanding on that. So and then you can do it. I mean, you can also write anything like admissions open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
same I used to get that.
exactly.
So, Poojesh sir, what can be the next step to get on that?
You'll have to do a course so on Facebook Mastery or anything. So there's a lot of course available. So you can do that. I'm on Upgrad and other channels, online channels. So you can learn it from there and test it out.
Oh, it means that if I had done that ad mastery course, I would get that. Yeah.
Yes. So basically, what you have to do is you'll have to create a business manager's account in order to run an ad. Without creating a business manager account, you cannot get all this targeting options and all this budget options. You cannot get that. So once you create that, it will be part of it. So you can run ads to reach out to maximum people. You can run ads to generate traffic to make people come to your website. You can run ads to people download your app if you have download now, apply now, and all of these things. So this all comes under the ads manager account. So you need to know that.
Thank you.
No problem. Is any other questions from anyone?
Any quick tips on storytelling?
Storytelling, I mean, you need to keep it short. So you need to have interesting headlines. So on things like, 7 things to keep in mind for a perfect traveler.
Okay.
So things like hooks, these you call these things are hooks. So when you have 5 things to do, 10 things, 10 places to visit in Nepal, 10 things to do before you die. So things like this will build curiosity. So content is the game, you need to have a strong content game in order to, keep people on hook and read more or watch that video and all of that. And yeah, so you need to keep it something which is curious and people would be eager to know.
Eager to click and eager to, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Sometimes it is very hard to articulate the story, so lengthy.
It takes time. I mean, it definitely, copywriting and content building is not everyone's cup of tea. So it does take some time, but the results are phenomenal. So yeah, over a period of time, I mean, it should be good.
Yeah, I have my own story, which
Okay.
is everyone's looking for listening, but I couldn't articulate because
Mhm.
it's so lengthy, and then people can't spend a long time.
Mhm. So that's what you'll have to break down your content into smaller segments. So if you have a video for 20 minutes, keep it like 4 minutes each, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, like that. So you break your entire thing into a series kind of thing, series one, episode 1, 2, 3, like that. So in that way, people would, see it because it is less time, and you need to use the right content at the right time in order to keep them hooked, and they watch the video entirely. So it's all the content game. So you'll have to figure that out.
And mostly, I my visitors are my audience are like outdoor peoples, and then so not on digital marketing in a physical attempt. Like sometimes I used to come in India, in Ladakh,
Mhm.
for teaching the mountain activities, or sometimes you go to Europe. That times everyone wants to listen, and then even they call their friend and colleagues. That times it's like, oh, how to finish, like so lengthy. Is
Yeah.
there any tips to
Uh,
articulate?
again, it's
So
just,
uh, I had a question.
yeah. Can I just answer him first?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So that to answer to your question, Shidava. So
I
you need,
missed the connectivity. So, okay. Sorry.
so to answer to that question, so international thing, you will have to focus more on a different angle as to why you should visit Nepal, why you should go on this hike. So you should have a different angle towards your marketing. So instead of telling visit Nepal, or do the trek, and all of that, you should sell the experience. So other things which would sell better is testimonials of other people
Yes,
exploring the
sir.
hike.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let me give you some ideas. What kind of story it is.
Mhm.
Uh, what you're giving tips is like more or less is advertising.
Mhm.
So why I'm telling my story is, if you do remember, I think many of you do remember that in Nepal in 2014 on Everest there was a huge avalanche, right?
Mhm.
There's everywhere in the world that's a news been published, and then I was the only one who survived from that avalanche.
Okay, okay.
So this is completely different story, and then people want to know from my childhood to till now, and it's like so long story.
Mm-hmm.
That's I would really like to articulate, but I don't want to miss each and every point.
Mm-hmm. So yes, so that's what you'll have to break it down. I mean, you'll have to break it into series, part one, part A, part B, three, like that. So you need to have the start of it, how you overcome it, and what are the things you did. And all that. So basically, it has to be broken down into smaller segments or smaller videos. So that is the best way to go about it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Miss Vinuta, you had a question.
Yeah, I think Vinita ma'am has a question.
Sir, thank you so much. So actually, I have done a Ramayana in the Worli tribal art. Uh,
Yes,
Hello.
yes, you're audible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're audible. Please go ahead.
sorry. Yeah. So now actually, it's a like it is good for everybody, like adults also. It's a small clipping of 25 episodes, like means 25 sheets I have done the painting,
Mhm.
and there is a storyline connectivity. Okay. Uh, but I don't know how to market it, but I have put it on PPT as well.
Mhm.
So will that be good enough if I share it in LinkedIn, creating an account, or the other option, or anything, the best way which you can suggest? Because I've just keeping it, I mean, don't know how to go about basically.
So you can use platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and also YouTube. So you can have those painting. You can showcase each of painting and have an explainer kind of a video where you explain what is this painting
Yeah,
about.
the storyline I have given down on the PPT.
No, I
Uh,
meant you explain it verbally.
okay, I can add a voiceover for
Yeah,
that,
you can add a
is what you're saying.
voiceover, or you can take a small video, from your phone itself, and you don't have need like professional videos, anything as such to be shot. You can ask someone to shoot a video for you from your house, and you can just show the painting and just
Okay,
explain as to what is it. So keep it short. Don't keep it like
okay,
10 minutes or 15 minutes. So keep it less than 5 minutes or 3 minutes. So that is
oh,
the ideal time length I would suggest.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you. And so the whole story must be shown within the matter of 10 minutes.
Uh, the
Like, I
whole,
mean, the 20,
the whole
that,
story can go on. So what I'm saying
yeah.
again is, you need to, make it into smaller segments, like how we are told for Diva also. So you need to make
Oh,
it into smaller segments.
okay.
Yeah.
Sure,
So
sir.
for all, if you have everything, it'll not be easier, and people
Okay.
won't be interested to hang in there for 10 minutes. Also, so it's a long duration. So each painting can have each visual and verbal representation of it.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for this direction,
Mhm.
because I was just trying, like, everybody can benefit out of it, is what my thing was. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for the discussion. I would like to still have one or two questions if you have, or otherwise we can go on a little further if you have time. But I want to just ask one thing for the benefit of the schools. We can see a lot of posters coming up these days for the new admission, because now new session is starting in Nepal. Some schools have already started. So what is the best form of a poster? What kind of a, I mean, what kind of a poster would attract the parents?
So the best way of marketing a school will not be a poster. It would be a video itself. It could be a short video, maybe for a 30-second video or a minute video maximum. So wherein you showcase everything, it could be a slideshow of the photos of showing each and every facilities and other things. And yeah, or it could be also we have testimonials of students talking, or people who have alumni or achieved something from that particular school. You can also have parents talking about the school and how their children have benefited and all of that. So this would be the right approach and the best way to go about it, sir.
Okay, thank you. The other question is like, if you move to a country, a different country in Europe, suppose,
Mhm.
you will start getting the ad suddenly from that area, like Mr. So and so, this car is for you, or you is a loan for you, or this is something facility for you. How is this? How is this?
So basically, that is when you keep your Wi-Fi or your internet on. So
Mhm.
they're all because of the Google business listing, sir. So there is an option where when someone comes to you or near to your place, or that particular connection is connected, so they're like to have that ad coming out. Not that, it is mostly the business which pop. So that is the Google this thing, sir, algorithm, which they are like. So we don't have access for that. So they are the one who promote it. So they get to know when you're close to it, because your maps will be on. So if your maps is on, only then you get it. So back end of your phone, the maps will be on. So when you go to that shop or that bus stop or wherever you get that this thing.
So the other question would be like, I'm quite curious, because I lost quite a lot of my chats, very important chats with friends in the Viber and even in the Facebook. So how long does it remain in the what do you, in the station, what is it called, the
In the inbox,
inbox? Yeah.
it's going to stay there forever, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even the Viber,
Sorry,
even in the Viber also.
Viber.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on Viber, sir. I don't
Okay,
think
okay.
so. It
Because
has
I
a-
lost few photographs and some documents sent.
uh,
So I just
I
was
don't think
quite
so. They
curious.
might, I don't think, but on Facebook or Instagram, your data will stay there forever until
Okay.
unless you or someone else deletes it.
Okay, okay. So thank you so much. I think there are no questions. People are leaving now.
I have
If you have
one
any questions,
quick question. Yeah.
yeah, sure.
One quick curious, it's a born out of curiosity. So one of my nephews is doing some YouTube videos for some games. I mean, he'll play a game and make a video. Like one of them went, it was a 10-second video and it had some 4,000 likes overnight. So I was just curious to know what is the minimum length of a video for it to be considered a viral video or something, because
Uh,
10 second makes no sense. Anybody can have a 10
Viral
lakh view.
is something which is not in any one of our hands. It could be one moment, it could be a 2 second thing also, which can go viral, it could be a 10 second also. So it doesn't really matter as to what is the length, but yeah, minimum would be something between 10 to 15 to 20. So yeah, less than that.
Okay, like the reason I was wondering was, I mean, if it's a 5 second video, anybody can make any crap and put it. And just out of curiosity with people, if you just give it a good caption or an attractive caption, people will just click on it. And by the time they realize that it's totally crap, the video is over and you get the get the hit. So that's why I was curious.
No problem. 5 to 10 seconds. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Now,
Thank you.
now, thank you so much for all the discussion. Now, may I request Binod sir, Binod Adhikari sir, to just give a feedback and do a wrap up of today's program.
Good evening, everyone. So I am very sorry that I couldn't join the session on time today because of some other factors. And that's why I came to almost at the end of the program. So I'm very sorry, sir. Yes, sir. I heard a little bit about from Poojesh, sir. So it is better some of us other please make the conclusion. I mean suggestion or something about this one. So today I will be listening because I joined very late.
Okay.
So I'm sorry for that one.
Okay, it's okay, sir. Okay. So may I request Rajesh sir? Then?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. So sorry for late just entering. My wife I just conducting this today enter this session, so I got late today, sir.
Oh, okay.
So I have a short question. May I ask?
Yeah, sure.
I have a question related to the slides. It's a time of taking all the classes virtually. Because of that, we have to prepare or we have to make some slides. And I want to make or collect the pictures or videos related to the contents. So is there any sites or personal or individual sites for the related contents in this Google or not?
Yes, sir. So there are few websites like FreePic. So FreePic is the website where you can get
FreePic.
FreePic, FreePick, FreePic. So
FreePic
FreePic is a website where you
Okay.
can get HD photos, royalty free, and you can use it without any licensing. They're license free photos. So there are few photos which you will have to pay. There are few premium photos, but most of it is free. So you can get from FreePic. Apart from that, you can also get it from Canva also. So Canva is also a tool where you can design and get a lot of stock photos related to your subject. So in fact, you can design your presentation PPT there itself. So it is easier.
From Canva?
Yes.
Okay. It is the part of Google.
No, it's a separate this thing altogether, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
No problem.
Okay, Nirala sir. So this is one question for me today.
Okay, sir. And I think I will have to then request Lakshman sir to wind up, or maybe Rinku ma'am, whoever is listening to me. I think Lakshman sir, I think you are there. I can see you.
Sir, you're on mute.
Yeah, you have to unmute here.
Sir, you're not audible.
We can't hear you. The problem is we can't hear you. We can see you. So sorry.
Maybe you can try removing the earphones.
I think, yeah. Sometimes. No, it didn't work.
You'll have to unplug the earphones, sir. Oh, there's something with
So
the...
I think I'll request Rinku ma'am now. Rinku Takal ma'am. Or Sistina ma'am. Sistina Sake ma'am. Sistina ma'am. She's also not there, I think. Sarda. Sarda Dongol. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you just give a little feedback of today's session, and then let's wind up then after that.
I think today is very informative. We got lots of ideas about this technology. We are linked to technology. Previously, we have a kind of teaching experience we all have, but this is totally new for us, especially for me, because we are so much attached with children in a whole day in the school, but hardly we get time to explore, or we get hardly time to add, or you express our view in such Facebook, WhatsApp and all, especially for teachers. But those who are very much uh, they know about these things, it's very easy for them. And but for me, especially for me, it's very very informative. And then how we can share our views through this, so just say that personal, like branding, that is we cannot neglect it. So today's session is very much, I got lots of ideas, and I'm so eager to learn more and more. If I got chance, and then I will again learn something from Poojesh sir also. I think that's it for today.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. So Bina sir, I think you missed, but don't worry, sir. You will get the recording of this video, and I hope some of your other teachers also have joined. So
I'll be pleased if I get the recording of this one, because I missed the session today.
Yeah.
And
sure, sir. You'll get all the recordings of all the 6 days. No problem.
thank you, sir.
So we are just downloading and putting it in the YouTube and things like that, and we will send the link.
So I really missed. I was at the inn, and I loved the way Poojesh sir explained about it, but I missed the session. That's why I was going to request you in the Facebook personally with PSR about the link. So at last we are getting. Then thank you very much, sir.
So Bina sir, are we connected in Facebook?
Yeah, I was searching you, and actually you had sent me the link over here in chat box, and I do not have that Facebook in my laptop. Why? And then when the session was over, I was searching you in Facebook in my mobile, and I couldn't find something was there up front. I forgot, and
so I am sending you now. So then we can get connected.
Okay.
And I was expecting the principal. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Our Devi sir, you mean,
yeah,
sir?
Yeah, he also didn't come today, I think.
Yeah.
Is he busy?
Okay, sir. Okay. So thank you, sir. I will.
We'll connect, sir. We'll connect.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll connect. And what about Devi sir? Please pass my regards to Devi sir also. He also missed, but don't worry, we are sending the video, the recording.
It's my pleasure, sir.
Okay. So with this, I think I would like to thank everyone who remained until the last, because in the last minute we discussed a lot of things. Lakshman sir, sorry, you couldn't speak. You couldn't. We couldn't hear you. You are there. I know, very, very right from beginning till the end, all the 5 days. So tomorrow we will have Sunil Devkota on leadership, school leadership. So I think he's busy preparing the presentations for tomorrow. Oh, so Rinku ma'am says sorry, I was on phone call. So okay, thank you, Rinku ma'am. So we'll be in touch, and we'll say bye for now.